Strange and the spooky, adventurous and loony, they're all together ooky, the Bud family. Their trips are amazing when people come to see 'em. They really are amazing, the Bud family. History, ghost, art. So put on a witch's shawl on, a seat so you can relax on. We're gonna play a call on the Bud family. Hi, it's Friday. It's been a long first week of October. October's going to be a rough month, but it's also my favorite month. We have ideas. I hope you'll stick around and enjoy those ideas with us. Hopefully they'll work out, because we've had some ideas that haven't worked out. Anyway, more interesting things. We have a shout out. This one's called Halloween. Race, are you ready? There we go. Shout out time. Here's a shout out just for you. You support me, I support you. This shout out is for our friends. Let's see who it is today. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I know how to do this. Give me a minute. I know shit. Actually, I don't know anything. Because sometimes knowing stuff gets you into trouble. Okay, here we go. Alright, everybody. And we're off. Come on. There we go. Alright, so I see she stole. I see A&M. I see abundance. I see happy, Nikki and Happy. I see Bluegrass. I see Aya. I see Neil. I see Northern. I see Chris. I see M&G. I see Not Too Daily. I see Cal King. I see Distracted. I see T Eats. There's I. There's Marketplace. There's Melinda. That's Wit. There's Sophia. There's Debbie. There's Cable. There's Ron. There's Rock. Let's see. Who else do we see? There's the Brits coming from the back. And Debbie and Tezza. Oh, Tezza's taking the lead. Oh, is Tezza going to win? 7 seconds left. There's Pete. Hey, Pete. There's Eric. There's Brits. Oh. And it's TNT. We're from the back. Hang on a minute. Okay, this is welcome to the TNT Family Show. They're currently at 8:42. And it's always put the Lord first. He will never fail you. And this is kind of a family vlog. Word is communications. Don't let anyone take your power. And of course some lives. They're just chatting and stuff like that. So check them out. Like, share, comment. Have a good day. Into the building we go. And I'm switching phones because the other one died of heat. But I did get to the part where we were talking about augmented reality before it died.
I think most people don't ask you questions.
What? What gives you that idea?
The fact that I started a couple of them.
And the fact that he's like, now you got me started. This is a guard house, it says. You want to read signs?
I'm going to read this one. And you get to look at the pictures behind it, the actual guns. For the 19th century military, artillery served primarily to protect the nation from seaborne invasion and to provide decisive firepower at large conventional battles. These guns were heavy, difficult to move, required regular professional training to operate. The mostly roadless expanses of the prairies and mountains of the West made it difficult, if not impossible, to transport these large cannons. Still, the Army maintained artillery at most Western forts, mainly serving in ceremonial roles. Soldiers fired cannons at flag raising and lowering, celebrations, and as signal guns. The cavalry and infantry soldiers were volunteered to serve as makeshift artillery crews with only rudimentary training. The highly mobile and elusive fighting tactics employed by Plains Indians prevented the effective use of artillery in battle. The Army brought artillery on campaigns only when it was expected to encounter large native encampments or when smaller detachments needed extra protection from afar from a military post. Now, 1841 mountain howitzer on a prairie carriage. In response to the unique terrain of the Western Territories, the Army adopted a model 1841 12-pound mountain howitzer. It was designed to be disassembled and packed on mules for transport across rough terrain. The tube and carriage weighed only 500 pounds.
Oh, only.
As opposed to 2,400 for larger artillery pieces. The mountain howitzer fired projectiles that were 4.62 inches in diameter and as far as 1,005 yards. In front of you is a model original 1841 12-pound mountain howitzer. And they show it doing a drill at Strawberry Mountain, Utah in 1890. Pack it in. First you throw the powder in, then the charge, then the ball, you detach, and boom. Now this next one, the model 1876 battery gun. Richard Gatling developed his Gatling gun, the first successful rapid-fire firearm. It was adopted officially as a battery gun in various configurations, and Fort Laramie's arsenal included at least one battery gun throughout the 1870s and 80s. The Gatling gun would consist of 10 rotating barrels, turned, loaded, and fired by a hand crank. It could fire at an astonishing rate of 400 rounds per minute. Complex and prone to malfunctions, the Army would replace the Gatling gun with true machine guns in the early 20th century. And Fort Laramie's model 1876 is actually on display at the Visitor Center.
Ooh, were we there eventually?
Hotchkiss mountain gun. First acquired in 1877, the Hotchkiss light mountain gun was a great improvement over its muzzle-loading predecessor. It was loaded more efficiently from the rear, or breech of the gun. Firing a 1.65-inch cartridge in a rifled barrel, it was deadly accurate to over 3,500 yards. Displayed here is one of the Army's 56 Hotchkiss guns. And then limbers and caissons. Limbers and caissons provided extra mobility and ammunition for artillery. The limber acts as an extra set of wheels for the field gun, allowing horses or mules to pull them easily. The caisson provides larger quantities of ammunition to support the artillery engagements. Both limbers and caissons are displayed here in the back row. That's the double black unit there with the 4 wheels.
Woo!
The Frontier's Army main transport vehicle was the 4-mule escort wagon on your left.
That one.
Escort wagon carried much of the equipment and supplies used by soldiers in the field and grain for the mules and cavalry. The escort wagon could carry a load of up to 3,000 pounds. Approved for service in 1878, the escort wagon remained in use until 1939. Now, the 2-wheeled Army dump cart to your right served as a general purpose vehicle in the post. It was used to haul garbage, firewood, hay, grain, and supplies from warehouses. The Army used this particular cart at Fort Laramie and Fort Robinson in Nebraska.
Ooh.
It was built from parts from a larger 6-mule wagon, modified, but only required 1 horse or mule to pull it. In addition to the 2 vehicles seen here, the U.S. Army used several other vehicles in the 19th century. These included a 6-mule wagon, an ambulance, pictured below, and a 2-wheeled traveling forge. That'd be kind of handy.
Yes. So, Mr. Bud, do we want to do ghosty stuff, or do we want to move to the next one and do that later?
Let's move on to the next one.
Okie dokie.
I was going to see the picture real quick.
We're going to have to figure out how to get to that road that goes to the visitor center. We still can't do all of the road, I don't think, because I haven't seen cars other than the UPS who was list. But
I think we just walked to the visitor center. Or are you talking about the hospital up on the hill?
no,
Okay.
you're not listening. I said we need to find a way to get the car to the visitor center.
Oh.
Since there appears to be a road there because the UPS man went there.
I think it might be authorized vehicles only.
Could be. I'm just saying I want to see the road.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we can take said road.
I think that was the gravel road we saw.
Maybe.
Looks like we got a storm trying to build.
That's good. Which way do you want to go? You want to go down? You want to go up?
Let's go down this road. We'll check out those ones down there.
So you don't want to go down there just yet?
Well, I'm trying to decide. If we go that way, we can see, what, 4 signs?
There are signs. There are 1, 2, 3 buildings over there at least.
Oh, we'll go all the way around the beach.
I'm just trying to keep track of what we cover.
Yeah.
If you don't want to do that one right now, that's okay. We can start here and go that way.
About that one.
Yeah. I'm hoping there's a sign about that one, but we'll see. Oh, that bridge feels nice.
A new guardhouse and adjacent barracks. The new guardhouse, built in 1876 and shown in this 1887, was the last and most comfortable of 3 such structures. It was constructed in the ruins of the original guardhouse built in 1849 and 1850. The new guardhouse contained spacious guard quarters and prison rooms, relatively few prisoners. In 1885, for example, inmates averaged less than 3 out of every 100 soldiers at the post. Also appearing in the photograph is the 2 Company 1866 barracks on the right, an adobe structure with wooden porch, and 3 Company frame barracks on the left, erected in 1868. Foundations, ruins are all that's left of these buildings. That must be what the ruins right there are.
That's what I'm thinking. Do you want to go see that sign back there? I think that's for the potty she was telling us about.
I think so.
Like I said, I'm mostly just trying to keep track of what we see and what we don't see. So that we can... I don't know if they have a map of this place, but if they have the map, I want to mark them off. Or at least notate, okay, we did video here, but not ghost. We did ghost here, but not video, or whatever.
General Surgeon Tree. In the 1880s, Surgeon General determined that the Privy Vault, that most objectionable and dangerous nuisance, was a threat to the soldiers' health. His concern had been prompted by the accumulated reports that disgusted post surgeons, including several from Fort Laramie. The post surgeon Hartsuff, for instance, had recommended in 1874 that sinks be made bearable at least, so that the calls of nature should not go unheeded, nor be hurriedly performed. This latrine, constructed in 1886, was hailed as a great improvement. Its contents were flushed through pipes to the river, which was regarded as adequate disposal in the days. Only the foundation remains as a time-brought structure.
Off the ruins.
Feet off the ruins.
Probably.
Yeah, you can see how they must have been flushed down through. Interesting.
Very interesting. Do we want to go down?
Yeah. That's a feet hot. Like you said, back over there was where the washerwomen and the immigrants were enslaved. There's a downspout right here.
Is it ants? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a super ant hill.
Gravel ants.
Yes.
That's probably not what they're called, but that's what I'm going to call them.
Call them.
Some more over there.
There's a pile of them.
Another pile of them.
Well, it's interesting what he told about with the cottonwood trees, though, too.
Yeah.
Because offhand, I'd never heard about that with the cottonwood trees. I knew they sometimes put them on poles and suspended them from the air, but not tied them directly into the trees. Of course, maybe depending on where you're at, they didn't have a lot of cottonwoods either.
Maybe. There's a big one. Look like red ants, maybe we must be fire ants. Those are nasty little buggers.
Yes, they are. They can stay here.
I figure we'll see that sign until we go down, walk by the river.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm just trying to figure out a way to keep track of
Where we've been and
what we've seen and what we haven't seen, since it's a really big place. The cells in back. Do we want to do back, front? What do we want to do?
let's do the front first.
All right.
Oh, they have it plasticated over.
Oh, well, that's not too surprising. I thought we could go in, but that's all right.
Guardhouse, okay.
Oh, look at the tiny windows. Or drainage, or whatever they were.
I think it's where the cell probably.
Air,
There's a fire extinguisher out
air
there.
conditioning, quote unquote.
Yeah, it's all locked up too.
Ow.
Ow.
Yeah.
Get bit by something? Or?
Yeah, something got me in the back of the leg.
I think the deer flies are following you, maybe.
I hope not. I haven't seen any. But of course, I didn't see anything at the cemetery either. But it's not them; it's the damn ants. Oh wow! See, this would be good to have our chairs. Let's pick a spot to sit. Turn on our spirit box.
Wait for the soldiers to say something.
Turn on our new thermal camera.
Yeah, that's one thing we should have asked them. Would they allow spirit sessions in some of these buildings at night?
I would imagine not,
Right.
but it's something we can maybe ask the
Visitor center?
visitor center. But I'm okay with just doing day ones for now. If we can do a night one sometime in the future. Do we need to go back the other way?
I'm almost that building there. Yeah, the other side.
You're going to have to help me.
Oh, administration building. This large structure was built in 1885, which shortly after completion was put to many uses. The section on the far right was a schoolroom. Central position housed the headquarters offices, and the left part had a large auditorium, often used for theater productions. And then below the guard mount in front of administration building around 1889. I'm getting winded.
There's a bench over by the White House.
We'll sit there and so it was a free multi-purpose building. Interesting. Well, how they got a pipe blocking it off halfway there.
That makes.
Please stay off ruins. Huh.
We're just in the ruins.
Yeah.
Does that count?
Your sign is a little late.
Safe sign for when we do that?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to check. Because it's down, but it's not down, you know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, there's a couple of benches up here. So I figure we can sit for a minute or two. Garbage.
Yep.
What does it say on there? Can't read it.
It's like, oh, fire hydrant.
Oh,
It's an interesting fire hydrant.
okay. Oh, In we go.
Like Robinson. You can see.
Well, I figured you couldn't interact with it, but at least you can see.
Yeah.
Which is better than some places.
Sure.
Ooh, there's an upstairs. Can we go up the stairs?
Yes, you can.
Ooh.
Must be remarkably thin people, too. I like the little fireplace.
Oh, I didn't see
Little
that.
stove, yeah. Nice box.
I kind of wish they had things labeled like Fort Robinson, but I'm also kind of glad that they don't.
Yeah.
And I know you guys are all saying like, well, make up your minds. I'm like, no, I want both.
Here's the chef's quarters. Probably where the cistern is, I imagine.
That would be my guess. Ooh, door noises. Can I go into door noises? No, I cannot. Okay, I didn't think so, but I had to try.
You had to try.
Do you want to go up?
Let's go up.
Are you following or am I following?
I'm following you.
All right then.
That way you fall. I catch you and you break my neck. Well, if I fell, we'd both be dead either way.
Very reassuring, Mr. Bud. This is definitely the children's area. I am barely making it up here.
I don't even know what the rest of the way.
Oh well, at least you tried. I am very shaky. Oh, wow. Oh, this would be a cool place to do one. Hi, little ones. Oh.
Daddy's a soldier.
Ooh. Okay. All right, children, stop it. Holy shit. Hold on.
Did they tap you by any chance?
They are yanking so hard. Pause this so they don't just give me.
Originally intended as housing for the commanding officer, this building was divided into a duplex when the commanding officer chose to remain in another new dwelling. As such, quarters was completed in 1870, at which time high-ranking officers and their families took up residency. Lumber for the quarters was hauled from Laramie Peak in Denver. Adobe brick was made on site on sunny days, often during 20 years of military use. The structure required whitewashing and substantial repairs. After military tenure, the quarters was occupied by a local family and later returned to the federal hands. Partial reconstruction and repairs began in 1956. Interesting.
All right, we're going to cut across the field.
Yeah.
Or are you going to want to go to the path?
Well, let's go to the path.
Oh, we're going to be adults.
Yes.
Damn it. Still think the fire hydrant is very interesting.
QMD fire. Quartermaster
Department?
could be.
I don't know. When I see fire and D, I'm like, department.
Department. Instead of VFD, QMD.
All right, I'm going to pause it till we get to visitor center. Okay, in this picture, it looks like a C. I know it was dirt, but it looks like a C.
Yeah. Very grand as we enter a variety of utilitarian buildings constructed between 1849 and 1855. Though intended as the center of activities for the post with its parades and drills, Fort Laramie's parade ground was not in constant use. Soldiers were kept busy with a broad array of duties related to the upkeep of the post and security of the region. The parade gowns have two types of formations. Guard mount, or changing of the guard, occurred daily at 9 a.m. and a full dress parade was held once a week on Sunday.
Fun.
They got one of those.
I think it's 4 o'clock.
I think so too. The remains of the first guardhouse was constructed in 1850 at Fort Laramie, were discovered by workmen in 1960, restoring of the new guardhouse. The site is a good example of the structural changes that occurred during the fort's 41-year structural history. Old buildings were torn down and new ones erected, sometimes directly over the old ones. The tiny cells below were only 5 feet in height and length and were usually reserved for millbirds or repeat offenders. Solitary confinement for 2 weeks on a daily ration of bread and water was not an unusual punishment. This original guardhouse was torn down in 1868.
Very cool.
Those are tiny little cells.
Those are very tiny.
Well, if you're a millbird, I think you know where you're going to be staying a while.
That must be the cemetery he was talking about. With the soldiers.
Maybe.
Because it's in the direction he pointed. It may not be, but I'm saying it's a fenced area. We will find them eventually. I'm not worried about it. Just commenting. Okay, this is the women's bathroom, and I have to go down. How creepy is this? It also says it is a tornado shelter, which I can kind of see now. Oh, don't worry, I'm not going to show you the actual bathroom. I said less chance, not no chance.
Right. You get in the big building too.
Yes, you can get on all the buildings, at least a little bit. I love that they have a wheelchair ramp. Mm-hmm. Nothing else is handicap friendly, especially those bathrooms.
Right.
Okay.
I think they probably helped you with both Guernsey and Fort Laramie. There you go. You can give your siblings back. Your friends, whoever you are. Okay, give people their books back.
Fort Laramie. Oh wow. That's pretty cool.
That was a serious fort back then. See, this is what I was talking about, was the rendezvous.
Right.
And for, until 1831 or 41, it was the big thing. Of course, the thing is that the English tried to outduel the Americans in trading, and kind of turned into an ugly situation out by Washington. And of course, the trickle of immigrants soon became a flood.
You see the coins over here?
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that cool? Oh, mappy noises, babes.
Ooh, maps.
I know you like maps.
Here's one here too.
I don't think I saw that when I walked right by it. I'm a genius.
That's cool.
Bottles for our bottle people. There's another map over here, babes.
sitting crow, dull knife, red leg, spotted tail, and American horse. Now, American horse, he was at the, he was one of the people, along with Red Cloud, that was at the Agate Fossil Beds historical site too. American horse, in fact, was the guy that killed that one officer at the Fetterman massacre. He used one of these happy little things on him. He took him to a club, and I'm not talking the dancing type.
Oh, man.
He definitely had a lot of artifacts and stuff come through the camp, though. Like that guy was saying, talking about bringing in seashells. I can imagine the trading was hard, fast, and heavy.
Oh, yeah, I imagine.
We got
I'm
rifles
surprised
there.
he had any left.
They got Lincoln Logs.
What?
So what do you think I do? The model shape. And then clear.
I'll just start on the touch. You make yours here.